Okay, perhaps we wait for a few minutes for some friends to come up first.
Was, yeah.
Nice to meet you, Ayya, for the first time. Mm. I have received your biography.
Good, yeah.
After I read it, I understand better. Like not very long time after I
I'm noticing you're freezing. For me at this
oh
end, I'm not hearing you so well. Am I coming through okay for you?
yes, very clear and loud. Yeah, but I'm not sure if my voice here clear to you, Ayya. But my internet line here is quite strong.
Okay, okay. You just froze for a little while you were speaking then, so I didn't hear what you said just before.
I was saying, now it's clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying after I read Ayya biography, so I get to know Ayya better.
What was the last thing you said? Sorry.
I get to know Ayya better after I read your biography.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a while since I've been to Damadorini to stay. I've been here in the UK for 2 years now. So, yeah, the bio from the website is quite old.
Yeah. Mm, the line cut off just now. Mm. Morning, Chris. Morning, Madeline.
Good afternoon. It's good afternoon here in the UK.
Good morning from San Francisco. We have different time. Yeah. Okay. I have heard from Ayati, Ayata Taloka about at the past when I was here, and I lead quite a number of program here, and people are so, you know, encouraged and really welcome. It's beneficial for the many. Happy to know that, and I'm lucky that usually I say I might do a video recording for your schedule, you might have no much time, but she was so surprised that when I say Ayya is teaching online in person. I say, what? Are you sure? I say, yes. Thank you so much, Ayya.
Yeah, my
Hmm.
life is a little bit unpredictable, but today's a good day. And I have some family members staying, so it means I don't have to be kind of on duty all the time.
Welcome, everyone. We have uh, uh,
Good morning, Ayya Brahmavara. I saw you on Clear Mountain YouTube, my Seattle monastery.
we are very
Good to see you again, Nancy.
okay. There's Wi-Fi not so stable this morning. It cut off the second time, but luckily, okay. Now we connect again. Good morning, everybody. Again, this morning we have Ayya Brahmavara with us. So we're leading a morning meditation session, and also in the afternoon, Sutta study 1 to 2:30. Also, Ayya Brahmavara will guide us to have a Sutta study and also some discussion. So firstly, please allow me to give a brief introduction to Ayya Brahmavara. Ayya Brahmavara is 61 years old now, a Buddhist nun. So Ayya born in the United Kingdom and of Irish ancestry. She first requested the 8th precept in 2001 at Amaravati Monastery, UK, and received Siladhara ordination in 2004 with Longpo Sumedho as her preceptor. From 2019 to 2021, Ayya trained in Thailand under her teacher, Longpo Ganha, who encouraged her to go forth further in the monastic life. Following his guidance, Ayya received seminary ordination and later full Bhikkhuni Upasampada in California in 2021 with Ayatotthaloka Mahatheri as her preceptor. Ayya Brahmavara is currently based at the Empty Cloud Monastery in New Jersey and Apulia, Italy. Since the autumn of 2023, Ayya has been residing in her family home in a small village in Wiltshire, UK, where she supports her mother, Teresa, in caring for her elderly father, Donald. Now, please with respectfully and honorably, we want floor is yours. Please. IA's internet line is not so stable at the moment. I see the red bar. Can you hear me, IA?
Yes, absolutely. You're back. You froze for a short while there for me.
Thank you, IA.
Okay.
IA have done a brief introduction for you. Yeah.
Okay, shall we begin with a guided meditation now? Okay, I think there's some little Wi-Fi issues there, but I shall begin. Let's start our precious time of meditation practice, friends. Thank you for that very beautiful introduction and for your kind welcome, Venerable. So
You're
please,
welcome, Ayya.
everybody, so please make yourselves comfortable, everyone. Find your posture to start with. Upright posture, sitting straight, relaxed. It's good to start off with a very comfortable position so that we can sit, still without moving for 40 minutes or so. This doesn't mean to be completely frozen, but rather to give ourselves the possibility of as much stillness as possible. If we need to move a little, that's fine, gently, slowly. Otherwise, we can begin to focus our attention, focus our energy, friends, coming into the body. Begin to feel what can be felt here at this time. The most obvious things are there for us: the sense of pressure, gravity, the weight of the body sitting, position of the arms, the legs, the head. Almost immediately we can begin to notice how the body can start to soften and relax. Helpful to bring the attention to the breath. Beginning to feel this motion in the still body. There is this subtle motion, the respiration, such a helpful object of meditation for us. We can direct our attention to observing the in-breath, the out-breath, the pauses in between the breaths. This rhythm with all its subtle sensations in the body, subtle movements of the body. And we can notice as we begin to simplify, hone our attention here, how the breath too relaxes, quite naturally softens, perhaps slows down a little. Let's just see how things change here as we start to arrive, as our attention rests in this present moment awareness, awareness of body, breathing. Easing and relaxing into the practice. We may notice the temperature, warm, hot or cold. in various parts of the body. We may be aware of the voice and perhaps some other sounds around us coming in through the ear sense door. But above all, we become more and increasingly aware of this body, feelings, sensations, the sensitivity of this form. And it's so good to pay attention here. To get to know how it is all the time, in fact, how we are receiving touch, the sensitivity of the skin, receiving all the time, feelings, however subtle, playing out at the surface of the body. Can we feel the edges of the body? Perhaps the touch of the cloth, the air. Various surfaces. And also within the body, what can be felt inside. Maybe some sense of movement, not just the breath, but also the bowel. Perhaps some subtle movements of the head, a little trembling of the hands. We can be aware of any movement here. And so investigating the body in various ways, see what presents itself to you. With a determination to rest the attention here, stay here. The more we attend to body awareness, breath awareness, the more subtle, the more clear, the more interesting these experiences become for us. Investigation of Dhamma. You may find it helpful to rest the attention in one part of the body, one aspect of the breath. Or you may find it helpful to let the attention move through the body, follow the rhythm of the breath, whatever works for you, to anchor the attention here and investigate. As we settle into the meditation, notice how is the mind at this time. Is there good focus? A steadiness of attention? Or whether the mind is scattered, distracted, just noticing how it is. Whenever we get caught up in thinking, if the mind is distracted at this time, we can simply, as soon as we notice, we're up in our heads, thinking, let's gently return to the simple immanence here, body awareness. Come back to the present, patiently and kindly let go at this point of the thinking, and see how quickly we can return. Let's be willing to let go of anything other than the simple meditation practice, body awareness, breath awareness. How is it now? Can we cultivate an attention that is steady, focused, but also light, gentle? And we bring in to our experience anicca sanya, awareness of how things are flowing, changing, constantly moving in and out of attention. especially if there's any strong, lasting, painful feelings in the body. Just to see if we can notice, even here too, there's constant shifting and changing happening. Can we bring in this lens, this understanding, this experience of change, this characteristic of reality? Noticing how all that's being experienced here is anicca, impermanent, changing. We just have a few more minutes of practice time, friends. How is it now? Great kindness for whatever is arising for us, however the mind is disposed. Keep opening to the simplicity, simply sitting, feeling, cultivating mindfulness. With great patience, great kindness. We can make the most of the last 5 minutes of this precious time of practice.
Dear Ayya, Ayya, we would have 10 minutes Q&A or discussion.
Sure.
Thank you, Ayya. Shall Ayya guide to end the meditation session first? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so please feel free to have a stretch if you need to. Just returning to the group. It's very helpful, isn't it, to meditate as a group? We're all in different places, but we have this discipline of sitting together, maintaining the practice. Not that anyone's actually looking at you, but there is that sense, isn't there, that we're here together. And indeed we are. And the strength that we can get, the support that we can appreciate from Sangha is really palpable when we come online in this way and sit together. So, Sadhu, thank you, Venerable, for making this possible. And yeah, if anyone has questions about their practice, if you have questions or if you have anything you'd like to share, friends, from this time of practice, very welcome to come in.
Yes, please, anyone, if you have any question or comments, would like to share together for this morning meditation session. Ayya, may I ask? Ayya, I would like to know, usually Ayya, you using which type, like mostly method of meditation for yourself? Because I read your biography, you were learned from the Thai tradition Ajahn in early year.
Yeah, actually, the way that I meditate is
and
pretty
Ayya was guiding Ayya Vipassana.
Yeah, the way that I meditate is pretty much what I was just offering in the guided meditation. So really just very simply to be present. And I find the body and the breath awareness a very good anchor for the mind. We have the tendency, don't we, friends, to do a lot of thinking, or many of us do. We spend a lot of time thinking, and I personally find that meditation is a good time to let go of the thinking mind as much as possible, to rebalance. Actually, it's to rebalance and to connect with so much more that we can be aware of. There's so much more being the entire mind and body. And my teacher Goenka used to speak about how the body awareness, breath awareness opens the mind. It opens us up to the subconscious mind, to the depth of the mind. You know, the thinking mind is just like the tip of the iceberg. It's superficial, in fact. It's very limited. And so when we meditate, we're really bringing mindfulness in, is to expand and to open to the capacity of this mind to be aware, you know. And so body awareness, breath awareness helps us to, in a way, it's like coming from the surface of the ocean, from the waves on the ocean. That's what I would say the thinking is like, kind of letting oneself sink and submerge and explore the depths, you know. Whole dimensions open up for us. And this is not to make a big deal of it, actually. Let's keep it simple, because what really helps us to let go of suffering is to focus on what's happening, what's actually happening right now. And this can seem like nothing much. It can seem like boring. It can seem like uninteresting, neutral, tedious, until we begin to develop mindfulness, when we can start to appreciate this is actually both interesting investigation, and also it enables so many other things to happen, which I can encapsulate by saying a great letting go can happen. Letting go, which is to be letting go of suffering, letting go of agitation, letting go of tension, letting go of stress, letting go of delusion. Because as soon as we're thinking, we're generally off elsewhere, into the past or into the future. We're not here anymore. And so to let go of thinking, to move away from that, is to let go of a great deal of papancha, proliferation of delusion, of illusion, of ignorance. And so there's so much actually happening, but all we consciously need to do is to be present, and to be aware of whatever is present in this moment. The body's present, feelings are present, the breath is happening. That's enough. Just to be here, and everything else, this, what I would call, we could also call purification of the mind, cleaning up the heart, freeing the heart. That happens automatically if we put the conditions in place. And this is what meditation is all about. So this is just how I practice. Just keep it very simple.
Thank you.
I make much of that simplicity,
One question I have is, I've heard like in Asia, when I visit for Thai forest monastery in Malaysia, where Malaysia, some Chinese, they ordain in Thai tradition, and back to Malaysia to have monastery on the mountain, and they practice. So sometimes we visit them with other friends, and we found that they will spend like at least 6 hours every day for maintaining their mind cultivation. Say about this practice of mindfulness and cultivation of mind. It makes things like become very simple and the mind purified. I think the hours that we invest in this mind cultivation, that we amount of time also important to help appreciate that, able to keep the mind at present moment, because we know that when we work so much, the brain always keep on thinking, planning, thinking for many activity, many things. And then the forces of the mind are so strong that pulling you all the time in the thoughts. Like if you spend more hours or minutes in quiet down and sit meditation, and then the energy of the mind, the forces will reduce in like always keep on thinking. It also depends on the amount of time that we spend for meditation, right? When I come to the US, I also have visit Southern Forest Monastery, and the other day we went from meditation also. I asked different from forest tradition, but in the Western country, they are not necessary. Then I came to understand like Asia doing like this, but not every branches or every place. How do you think, Ayya? Like, is it necessary like every day you have to sit 6 hours at least, maintain your practice.
Yeah, thank you, Venerable. I didn't catch all of that, but I did gather that you're talking about, people having very many hours in the day of meditation practice. I think it can be extremely helpful if one has the time and the inclination. What a blessing. And truly, I feel that, from experience, I can say that when we have a lot of time for meditation, day after day, many hours, then it becomes very fascinating for the mind to really settle. It can really settle. And I spoke a little bit today about anicca sanya, the perception of impermanence. This can become very apparent, very strong for the mind that sees change, the flow and change, and it carries the mind. And so people can really benefit a lot from many hours of meditation practice. If this is at all your inclination, I highly recommend it. Of course, we have busy lives and in lay life, many responsibilities. And so I think we can be very, very pleased with ourselves if we manage to meditate morning and evening for even as much as an hour, half an hour, even 20 minutes. Wonderful. But it is very helpful whenever there's a possibility to try and take time for a retreat, isn't it? To have time to devote to our meditation practice, maybe a weekend or a few days or longer. And then we can really discover for ourselves the nature of the Dhamma is that it leads us inwards. It's enticing. It has this quality of ehipassiko, come and see. The more we investigate, the more interesting it becomes, and the more we want to investigate. And this quality is so helpful. So to give ourselves the chance to experience this can be very helpful to take some time for a retreat whenever that opportunity comes. Often for lay people, I know it's often in retirement, or holiday time. The holidays are limited, and so, it's a bit of a sacrifice. Can feel like a bit of a sacrifice to give up one's holidays to do meditation, but it is, of course, we're bound to say, aren't we, the very best use of time. So if you want to be really kind to yourselves, then that is the way to spend one's holidays. And if not, when we get older and we have a chance to retire, if we're lucky enough, rich enough, good conditions, wealthy country, and so forth, if we have this time in old age, then let's dedicate it to the practice, because this is a time when there's often more wisdom and more of a sense of urgency, the wisdom of having much life experience behind us, and the urgency of the impending sense of old age, if not oncoming, illness and death. So in the Indian tradition, of course, this is the time for spiritual practice. It's the old age, but it's really fortunate if we're lucky enough to give time for retreat, more time for meditation when we're younger. If there's any possibility for that. It's the best possible holiday. It's the holiday for the heart when we take ourselves off on retreat, because the benefits, of course, are so significant. And just to come back to the investigation of Dharma, has this absolute fascination for us when we allow ourselves to spend more time in practice. So it's in fact very easy, isn't it, Venerable, to spend many hours a day meditating very happily.
Right, exactly. And then the mind will be always clinging to, I want to back to meditation for hours.
Yes, we can observe the craving for meditation then and let that go as well.
Yes. They're thinking of, we need to do something, make a balance at the moment with this period of time. Later you can go back. Also, okay, thank you so much, Ayya. I really enjoyed this session. So I would like to announce that for this afternoon Sutta study, will be 1 to 2:30, also with Ayya Brahmavara. The sutta, Pali sutta that we will refer is Mahasalayata Nika Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya 149. Perhaps you would like to read first before you come for the session. Besides that, I would like to make a few announcements for the Dhammadharini. On this coming Tuesday evening, the regular program, we will have the Vasa, the Dhammadharini Bhikkhunis to share on the reflection of the Rasa about their growth experience of having Vasa here in Hermitage. Yeah. And then besides that, on next Saturday, 18th of October, there is a Katina ceremony of Dhammadharini at Hermitage. At Aranya Bodhi Hermitage Center, the time is 10 in the morning up to 4 p.m. The last one is on November 2nd, Sunday. There is a film showing and dinner for lay people at the meditation with Arahantiri relics at Dhamma College, Berkeley. This is a day where we will receive a formal relics of Arahantiri Mahapajapati Gautami. Yeah. Okay. And besides that, as all our friends here are aware that we have accept Arahant Sangamita Mahateri and Arahant Anula Tisateri relics in International Bhikkhuni Days at Dhammadharini earlier. So in this December, in conjunction to Sangamita Day, Dhammadharini would also like to offer a program, but on request for at least one final time for those who wish to be able to see the sacred relics and also to meditate in their presence. Location will be in Dhammadharini Monastery. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. See you in the afternoon session.
Thank you, Ayya.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Appreciate and very thankful gratitude to Mara from here.